Let's see the next set. BacT against LaaaN, round of 16. As you can see, Malay, Burmese, Aztecs, Italians banned. That means BacT, Turks, Berbers, Britons, and LaaaN, Mayans, Incas, and Koreans. Should be interesting. Game 1, BacT Britons against LaaaN Mayans. Actually, not sure how this is going to end. Mayans are technically the stronger arena civilization, but I'm not sure how they're going to do against Britons, because champions and longbows, maybe some siege, and Britons can do pretty good. Of course, siege arms are available for Mayans. Let's go for the map quickly. BacT actually lost a villager to Boer, so that means 1 behind, maybe 2 behind, but he's a little bit early to fuel age. Main goal for him, kind of safe in the back. On the side here, main stone forward and second stone forward outside. This could be dangerous. Second gold safe in the back, extra gold safe in the back. BacT has not seen this. He almost could have, but he missed it by Tyler too. And a third goal forward outside. One really close, a second really close to his base. Then there's an extra goal on the map, an extra stone on the map, and that means we've seen all the extra resources. Let's go for LaaaN's map. BacT clicked up to cast later already. LaaaN with the main gold and the main stone safe in the back. He's with 3 villages on stone, sending actually 4, sending more. Now it's going to be 7. Second stone safe in the back. A little bit of space to boom if he needs it. Probably not. Let's see. Third gold forward and second gold forward, both outside. Carter coming in for BacT. Again, there was a discussion even now in AOC zone. Does Carter give you anything because it doesn't cost anything? Does it increase your score? I guess not, but I have really no idea. I don't really care. Let's go for BacT. He's playing in orange, of course. That's his color. And whenever he gets to pick it, he's obviously going to pick orange. Going with a TC on the main stone and close to the wood line. Good TC. And another TC coming up. Where is that going to be? On the main goal. And that same wood line here. A nice triangle again. Defensive structure. And he's going to go for a 3 TC mini boom apparently. Makes sense with Britons. Is he going for a monastery yet? No, he doesn't have the wood for that. Only 3 farms, but 5 villagers on berries. That means he should... Oh no, that's actually 3 more farms here. That means he should be fine. With LaaaN getting a castle up in that corner on in his main base, with a monastery in his base, monastery coming up, and a siege workshop coming up immediately, creating plume archers. And he's not going for any extra TCs for now. Still 4 villagers on stone, so maybe forward castle gonna come up in mid castle age, something like that. Berries just ran out. That means those villagers are idle for now. And we have a little bit of a scout fight maybe happening. Of course, the plumed archer is going to run behind the eagle and try to take that scout down. And BacT needs to pay attention or needs to run away, which is happening right now. Now there's a gate coming up forward, it makes sense. And the first relic getting picked up by LaaaN here. He had 2 relics close. Yes, there's one in the neutral zone, we've seen that before. Now the plume archer is going far forward. Siege workshop coming up from BacT. A monastery is up, so he wants to get a few relics in, if possible, against the plumed archers. And BacT also with villages on stone, on 320 stone in the bank, so he wants to go for a castle as well. The scout making sure that there's no plumed archers around, and the monk going back. But we can see a siege tower coming up, and BacT knows about this. But LaaaN was not attacking the wall. Now a few of those plumed archers going in. But this is actually open, and the plumed archers can actually go inside, except there is this TC. And a few scorpions actually to defend from those plumes. And the scorpions with 7 pierce armor won't take too much damage from the plumed archers here. Actually a really valid counter to the plumes or to crossbowmen internal, and scorpions in castle age can do a lot of damage. Now BacT is going out to try maybe and get another relic in. I don't think he's going to be able to do so, because there's so many plumed archers around that this monk is actually going to die now. Bye bye monk. And BacT, of course, more villagers. That's like 18 villagers advantage for BacT right now. Wheelbarrow coming in from LaaaN as well, and BacT may think about Imperial Age soon. But first he should get that forward, that castle up, probably in front of that stone. Yes, between the 2 stones here, protecting his own base. It makes a lot of sense. And the mangonels and scorpions taking out that single plumed archer that's still inside his base. LaaaN on the other side has enough stone for a castle. Got 2 relics inside already. Should go for number 3 and 4. He's there with the monk, but he's not picking it up. Not sure why not, maybe forgot about it. 2 barracks actually are producing eagle scouts now, and we're going to see castle age eagle warriors most likely. Plumes and eagles might be strong. Now a second TC coming up from LaaaN to get a few more villagers in, but back clicked up to Imperial Age, and that means he should have an advantage with the longbows coming in with that OP range, and give him a little bit of time. He's gonna have enough longbows to actually fight those plumed archers, and even the mangonels. Let's be honest, there's 4 of them actually, but the longbowmen should be able to kill those mangonels once they're in Imperial Age, and you have the +2 bonus range for free. Longbowman creation still going. Eagle warrior on the way from LaaaN now, and BacT is still with 3 TCs, but with almost 80 villagers, good amount of resources in the bank, and also going with own defensive mangonel just in case. Now he's fully house walled here, a building building vault. That means the plumed archers cannot really go in without attacking more buildings. Now a few villagers going forward. BacT can see those villagers. He's trying to take a few of them down. And right now we have the first drop in the game. But we're lucky and can actually continue because the second part was like LaaaAN's point of view and the first part was BacT's point of view. So it's all fine. You can see the mangonels. The boatkinner on the way from BacT now is going with a castle outside against the Eagle Warriors, and he needs to quick wall this. Yeah, with the gate coming up, very nice. One more palisade, and that castle should go up actually, despite the Eagle Warriors being around. 3+2 defense is done. And now, wow, LaaaAN, that's a very ambitious castle here inside BacT space. But LaaaAN has a lot of military units and BacT has almost none, only those few longbowmen with 9 range now, but the Eagle Warriors can withstand a lot of arrow fire with the 3+2 defense, and that castle can be really annoying actually. Mangonels approaching that small wood line, mangonels going through the houses, and BacT is in trouble with that second castle up conscription coming in. Bracer, Petted Archer and Squires now. I guess he wants to go for the standard infantry now, because against those Eagle Warriors you basically need longbowmen at least. He's only got one barracks doing squires only and doesn't have a lot of wood. He had to abandon that wood line, go to the other side where it's a little bit safer, just mine out the main stone, and that castle is so annoying. Now LaaaAN saying let's go for some wood while my villagers are around. Actually destroying the market would be a really good idea because BacT will need to use the market and can't really afford anything right now. Housed on 110. One trebuchet coming out now is taking the second stone, but he's not looking good. And LaaaAN with a very impressive castle age fight here, going with Eagle Warriors and plumed archers plus the mangonels, very important factor. Not so many plumed archers around as far as I can see. It's more or less Eagle Warriors and mangonels only now. That's enough. Now the first trebuchet coming up to attack this castle. I guess LaaaAN could repair it. BacT almost enough stone for another castle, and that watchtower not going to get attacked any longer. Now the longbowmen with the 5+5 range, they're going to be able to hit those Eagle Warriors from a very far distance. And that forward castle, I'm not sure if it was worth it because it's going down now, and I guess LaaaAN won't invest too much stone into that castle. And he's nowhere close to Imperial Age, and that is really important. He invested a lot into Eagle Warriors. Now going with the ram push and more Eagles. Look at this. Just amazing to see that LaaaAN is trying to win this in Castle Age against Imperial Age. But it could work actually, because getting this castle down may be a huge step. And the Eagle Warriors again trying to raid a little bit too late because there's so many villagers building the castle. But this one should go down actually. And now a few more longbowmen coming in. The problem is LaaaAN is losing more and more units. He lost the castle. He lost Eagle Warriors due to raiding. He's now taking the extra gold. And he's taking on this castle from BacT, but BacT has a castle behind, and now the longbowmen are shooting at these rams, and the light cav actually on the way, which is a very good idea. So no standard infantry needed any longer. LaaaAN finally able to click up to Imperial Age. Here we go. But is it going to be enough? Because BacT is looking really good right now with the score lead, with the population lead. Of course, he's got 31 more villagers, and he's got those longbowmen coming up with a few trebuchets to hit that castle inside LaaaAN space. So LaaaAN is going to be without castles, and he needs to rely on Eagle Warriors then. Problem is, Eagle Warriors are expensive. The main gold is running low here, actually 600 and 800, 1400 gold left. And the other golds outside, and that's a problem. He's not really in control over these golds. He's taking this one right now, but this third gold is actually out of reach. And now BacT saying, let's destroy wall or gate. I guess he's going for the gate here, makes sense. Going with more and more longbowmen. Does he go for elite longbows yet? I guess not. Fortune coming in first. Doesn't really have that food to go for elite longbows, but he doesn't really need it at that point, because he can just go in with a light cav and longbowmen, and going for the monastery first makes sense. Men at arms coming in now, so he's going for the standard infantry. Actually, mining camp coming up to take the lamed gold. BacT is trying to get that, but it's not happening really. Instead, the longbowmen taking down gold villagers here from LaaaAN, and BacT is slowly moving forward. He's going to be able to attack that TC next. Actually, it's under attack right now. A lot of Eagle Warriors from LaaaAN, and Elite Eagle Warrior is done, so it just needs the +4 plate mill armor to move in. This is going to be a huge fight, which I think favors LaaaAN a lot here. Just needs to take down the Mangonel to make sure to not take too much splash damage. And those longbowmen should die pretty fast, actually. The trebuchets will go down. And BacT's losing more and more village units. This is a very good fight for LaaaN here. He's still behind. He's still 40 villages behind. But he's been able to take down longbowmen and trebuchets. The only problem for him is now 200 swordsmen on the way. And what are you going to do against those? You can't really go standard infantry. You don't have the resources for that. And you would need plumed archers, which you can produce because you don't have castles. Except for one in the back here. And he's actually going for plumed archers. I guess rams may be good. Onagers might be an option. Again, they are expensive. And then there's the longbowman 5+5 for now. There is a little bit of light cav raiding, a TC coming up in the open field, and LaaaN will be able to, BacT will be able to cover this goal to take it. Now more and more 200 swordsmen coming in. I imagine champion might be on the way really soon. Not entirely happening yet, but it's possible. Again, villagers going out to maybe take that gold again, but longswordsmen moving in, 49 against 25 military units. And where's those eagle warriors actually? Are they around somewhere? They are on the open field, but now LaaaN calling the GG. He knows this is over because BacT is just getting more and more units out, and he's pushing. LaaaN is going to lose the eco. Game 1 going to BacT, who is the favorite here. Let's be honest, BacT has a lot more arena experience as far as I know, but let's see what Game 2 is going to bring us. Civilizations left are Berbers and Turks and Incas Koreans. Let's go for the game here. We have Koreans for LaaaN and Berbers for BacT. Let's go for LaaaN's map quickly because it's on the way to feudal age. Nice timing. Actually, it's a little bit behind, I guess. Should have had one more villager. Main gold for him on the side. Somewhat forwardish. Second gold forward outside. Or the third gold actually, because the second gold safe in the back here. He has the main stone also safe in the back. That means the second stone should be outside here. One really close to his base. This one rather in between the two players. Did not take any deer. They're really far away actually. And LaaaN is going with 5 villagers to build a watchtower and to start attacking the wall. And a quick palisade coming up here, but I guess BacT should go for a house here too. It's actually a house walling behind this, getting with another palisade, but now the tower is up, and that means these walls should go down pretty fast, and we are going to see a tower rush. Now BacT on the way to feudal age as well. He has lured some deer in. I guess they were outside, one really close to space. Third gold outside on the left hand side. This main gold safe in the back on the far side, and the second gold also safe in the back, as well as the main stone. With BacT is going right now to put up some counter towers when he's reached feudal age. That's my guess at least. Would make a lot of sense. And we have extra golds on the map. 2 here, one relic in the neutral zone, extra stone in the neutral zone as well, one relic on the left hand side. I think we've seen everything that the map offers except for the second stone, which is forward for BacT. And BacT is actually completely walling with houses now, going with the watchtower to defend, and LaaaN needs to put up a little bit more pressure to be able to stop BacT from going up to castle age and maybe then go for a boom or castle or whatever. Let's speed it up a little. This watchtower is up and BacT should go for the second. Yes, there we go. He has more villagers, so he should be earlier. Needs a blacksmith, needs fletching, but LaaaN doesn't have fletching either right now. And there is the fight happening. I think what players are missing with these thrushes is the archers, that like Winchester or Tato, they are doing archers. As far as I know, Winchester has done archers almost every game that he trushed, and the archers in the towers are just so strong because then you have the villagers free to build more, to attack more. Right now the tower fight is between villager filled towers, and BacT is saying, okay, I can fight with villagers, why shouldn't I go forward and attack this? Watchtower doesn't have fletching, so my villagers are safe. And right now LaaaN's tower rush pretty much failed here. BacT is doing a market. He should be able to click up quite soon now. LaaaN not so far behind actually, with a lot of farms up already. And 6 style, yes, LaaaN clicked up to castle age first. This is huge. Same amount of villagers pretty much. And LaaaN is faster, so BacT had to put up 2 watchtowers, but BacT is going for that castle soon. And that means we're going to see Camel archers either in castle age or maybe in early imperial age. Carter coming in again. Funny meme, you know, for me at least. And let's see what LaaaN is planning now to do. He's still taking stone, so he's going for that castle as well. Question is he going forward? I think he shouldn't. Maybe he should stay at home, try to boom a little bit, because we know how strong Berbers are in Imperial Age with those elite Camel archers. But let's be honest, Halberdiers and Siege archers, that's pretty much all you need to counter Berbers, I guess at least. Provided they don't get Hostile Redemption, block printing should be available for the Berbers, I guess, so you need to pay attention to your Siege archers, otherwise you're fine. And the Halberdiers are acting as a meat shield, so maybe we're going that way, going that direction. This game actually is broken, dropped too, the recording is not broken, broken, but it's 2 parts and around 32 minutes. That's my spoiler right now. We are going to have a drop again. We have a second TC up for LaaaN on the main gold and third TC on the wood line. Let's go for BacT. Does he have a castle up? Yes, in front of his base. Makes sense. He's going with no more TCs for now, which is interesting to see. Instead, he's clicked up to Imperial Age, actually. So, tower defense into a fast imp to go for Camel Archers and possibly Trebuchets then, I guess so. Should get a second castle up soon, but he's 6 villagers on stone, so he will have the necessary zone quite early on. LaaaN actually with 3 TCs and a lot more villagers right now, clicking up to Imperial Age as well, with the castle up in front of the main stone and now in front of the main gold. Now Siege Workshop and Barracks coming up, so I guess we're going to see Pikemen Halberdiers very soon. LaaaN, 58 villagers is not that much more, but compared to BacT's Fast Imp, of course we have something here. Bracer on the way to make these Camel Archers stronger, and a forward castle coming up, the guard tower in front of the castle to actually give a line of sight and to be really annoying against these Camel Archers. I'm expecting to see the first traps up for BacT. Yeah, there they go. But LaaaN almost up to Imperial Age, and when the first trap is getting unpacked and hitting that Siege Workshop, LaaaN actually has time to go with his own trebuchets. Siege Workshop coming up in the back here. Vodkin Arrow and Chemistry on the way, and a few mangonels out, so I guess Onager is gonna be on the agenda from LaaaN here. 3 against 1 trebuchet, 1 mangonel going down, now 2 traps here, and of course LaaaN is sending villagers to repair here. Let's go to 75 speed for now, see how this trebuchet war is going. The guard tower is down, and LaaaN does not have enough stone for another castle, but he's going with Siege Workshops. He cannot afford Onagers, he's going for Bombard Cannons instead. Interesting. Probably not a bad idea, because Bombard Cannons will be really helpful to take down these trebuchets. It can be microed quite easily against traps only. And that castle from BacT actually falling almost. It should go down. Yes, BacT lost the castle here, but he can go in with a lot of Camel Archers. Ooh, this is huge. Now the Camel Archers are going to be able to take down a Bombard Cannon easily. There is only 1 mangonel and 1 Bombard Cannon left. That's 4 military units in total. That's all LaaaN has. So BacT could actually go around and do a hell of a lot of damage. Ballistics on the way now, and LaaaN needs military units, which he isn't getting right now. Attacking the Bombard Cannon first, but he should take out the mangonel first. Here we go, and the second mangonel on the way. 3 trebuchets now hitting that 1 trebuchet, which is only getting repaired by 1 villager, so it's going down now, and that castle from LaaaN may fall very fast too. Ballistics and Elite Skirmisher on the way. BacT with 46 against 86 villagers, so BacT needs to do damage, he needs to get rid of the castle, he needs to raid actually. I think he should add in some light cav maybe, and here is the break. That's the nice thing with the recordings, you don't really need to wait for players to restore and wait for 130 spectator delay or whatever you have. Can go on, and Trebuchet is now hitting the castle, which makes sense. Brace on the way from LaaaN, and he's probably, or he should be creating a few lead skirmishes. Now he's only going for mangonels and still doesn't have more than 5 military units. This is amazing how BacT is not going in. He should raid as much as he can. It's not happening for now. The question is, can LaaaN come back from this? He's in a score lead, okay? He's got a lot more villagers, actually almost double the vills, but he's still getting attacked. His castle will go down. A Bombard Cannon is actually quite annoying. I think I would move into the Camel Archers to just take that Bombard Cannon down. It's 450 resources, 225 gold, 225 wood. So why not go in? You can actually sacrifice those Camel Archers. Problem is, BacT doesn't really have a lot of those Camel Archers. He's sending a few more, but his resources are not so high. He's got a good amount of gold, almost no food in the bank, and that's a problem in my opinion. Should have more, and now he's facing Elite Skirmishers, and that is going to be a problem, because Elite Skirms at this point in the game, with Camel Archers without Bloodlines, without the +4, without Chemistry, they're not going to be that strong. And while they're going in to take down 1 Bombard Cannon successfully, there's another one coming. Keep now up for LaaaN, because it's up to Imperial Age, of course, and that guard tower upgrade and keep upgrade are for free. Bombard Cannon again hitting the trebuchet, and the castle still not going down. Almost 2k HP left. Those trebuchets are out of range, I guess, and now the mangonel even hitting that trap. A weak play by BacT here. I'm really surprised to see that LaaaN is staying alive, and BacT is not going for any more military units. What are you doing? A lot of gold and a lot of nothing in the bank here. 5 villagers, 6 villagers idle where the main stone was before, and the golds are running low. BacT misplayed this a little bit in my opinion, and to reboot boom will be really difficult, if not impossible. Now BacT got another castle up, sending in a trebuchet, but he should have been able to take that castle down by now, by like 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago. And LaaaN, like this, is getting more military units up. He may even be able to go for Onager, and with Onager coming in, or maybe more bombard cannons, this will be more difficult for BacT, who doesn't have the strong camel archers, let's call him like that. Now he's finally attacking seriously with 2 trebuchets, but he needs to fight those bombard cannons. They are moving forward and they're going to be able to take down traps fast. And that's almost one gone. Yes, that's -1 trebuchet for 1 bombard cannon. And the second trap now getting repaired by BacT quickly, but it's not going to be enough because 2 bombard cannons have a lot of attack. And suddenly 2 traps down. BacT is a little bit in trouble here. LaaaN still keeping up his castle, going for barracks now. I guess we're going to see, yes, pikemen and possibly halberdier. Resources for LaaaN looking good. He's got a good working economy with 117 villagers, and he's getting more trash units and siege units out, and that's exactly what he needs right now. The bombard cannons will be able to hit the castle soon, and while there's another trebuchet to defend here, the elite skirmishers can just like walk towards the castle in case they need it. Bombard cannons will be able to take down the trebuchet. Actually, nice hit on the camel archers, but that was not the best fight ever. Elite skirmishers at least reducing the total damage or the effective damage a little bit. That mangonel is going down for free. BacT did not pay attention here, and now the traps hitting the castle from BacT here. BacT has 2 castles remaining with 4 relics in the monasteries, but only 58 villagers. That means LaaaN more than double the villager, more than double the economy, and military numbers for LaaaN are rising. BacT lost the castle, and LaaaN is in a very comfortable position right now because he can afford to lose all those elite skirmishers and still be fine. He's got a lot of gold and food in the bank. Could even go for, did I say Onagers? Bombard cannons. Could go for Onagers. And halberdier now coming in. The elite skirmishers moving forward. The next trap and the 2 bombard cannons are in range of that castle, or other way around. The castle is in range of the trap at least. So this castle for BacT is not even getting repaired now. LaaaN is getting free hits with the bombard cannons and trebuchets. This is not looking good. I think this is pretty much GG from BacT. He's not even bothering to repair the castle. He knows he's going to lose it eventually, and he doesn't have any castles remaining. What are you going to do now? You don't have economy. You have a few camel archers. Finally, bloodlines done at least, and husbandry coming in. But those elite skirmishers are going to be really annoying. And now, give me the bombard towers. No, it's only keeps, sadly. But keeps will be good too. I was hoping to see bombard towers now. That would have been so funny. BacT going around with the camel archers not to find anything, and now he needs to go back. He needs to stop these keeps actually from going up, but it's not going to happen. And we are going into game 3 with a tight score, 1-1, because LaaaN won Koreans against Berbers. Last draft game, Turks against Incas. And that means Turks should have a real big advantage here, BacT. So LaaaN actually deciding to go with another trash here, sending 5 villagers for the Incas. It makes a lot of sense. It's got a main stone safe in the back, actually. It's got an extra gold in the back, which he cannot see. Too bad, actually. And we have the main gold forward-ish, actually quite forward. The second gold forward inside. The third gold forward outside, as well as the second stone. This gold belongs to BacT, and it's pretty far away from his base. One really close here, a second really close to BacT, and this one close to LaaaN's base. He has 2, 3 deer possibly outside. Maybe he lured one in, I don't know. This one is relic more or less in the open field. Second, an extra stone actually on the map here as well. And that relic also closer to BacT already. So let's see BacT's base. It's actually walling quickly. He's got the main stone forward, the second and third gold forward outside. And LaaaN is going to be able to drop the villages in, but he's not going to come in easily. And BacT waiting for feudal age to be reached. Main gold for him forward on the other side. His map really not looking too good, but a second stone at least safe in the back. That's good for him. That's important actually. And we have an extra gold here on the map as well, which BacT cannot see. Neither can he see the extra berries. Actually, I'm a little bit disappointed with the scouting by both players right now. They should scout their bases more properly, I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna be alright. They are playing, of course, or have been playing. And now LaaaN is going in with the villagers. Fletching not done yet, but has a little bit of time. Outpost coming up, and BacT, of course, with the first and second watchtower, counter tower here. This watchtower still should go up, because I don't think all the villagers are in range of that tower. And now it's a problem for LaaaN, but he's sending the villagers in. The scout actually attacking. There's 2 towers around, and this watchtower from LaaaN will go down fast. LaaaN did not bother to go with archers, which would have been a lot better here. I don't know, maybe they didn't watch Winchester's games. Winchester really showed how to tower rush here, and I think with the Incas against Turks, Winchester would have won this game like in feudal age or in early castle age. Another watchtower coming up by LaaaN. BacT may think about Imperial Age soon, but for now he needs to defend, so he's with 4 villages on stone, and I guess he's going to go with a few more watchtowers if he needs them. As for LaaaN, how does the economy look? He's getting a few more farms up. This is good. 2 villages on stone remaining, now going for gold, which makes a lot of sense here. And I guess LaaaN just wanted to buy himself a little bit of time, but I am not sure if it's going to be enough, because against the Turks, what they're going to do in Castle Age, Eagle Warriors are not going to do the trick, and you don't have like the main plumed archers or something. So LaaaN actually with a difficult game ahead, going with the watchtower on that wood line, a really nice watchtower to see. He still does not have the fletching upgrade back now doing wheelbarrow, and a market coming up from LaaaN, so he's thinking about Imperial Age. Let's go a bit faster, and BacT might be able to go to Imperial Age soon as well. He just needs a market up. I think he doesn't have one yet. No. Once he gets a market, he can buy his way up. There's the market coming up. And LaaaN is again clicking up first, but BacT not far behind. So the difference actually almost non-existent. And of course, BacT is staying on stone to get that castle up, to get Janissaries out. Maybe even in front of the main TC would be a good spot, or protecting the gold, because actually there's 2 more watchtowers, 1 from each player. And BacT again has to invest into watchtowers here. This one is not going to go up. No, it's an outpost, actually, not a tower. And this tower may go up, but it's the gold is not in range of that tower, so BacT will be fine. And I think with the castle coming up next to that main gold, possibly. I was actually going for the middle here to maybe try and cover the stone as well. But with that castle, he will be able to get out Janissaries. And then I think LaaaN will have an even difficulter game. Siege Workshop coming up to maybe try and go into LaaaN space. Let's go a little bit slower. LaaaN has a TC up on the main gold, 1 TC close to the main stone on that wood line. Nice TC spots. And the barracks now coming up at home, but this is going to be enough, because BacT is going to be able to get rid of all the towers. He actually managed to get rid of that one inside those remaining palisades. He's sending a ram now, and there's not no more villages remaining. That ram is pretty much unopposed. Siege Workshop coming up from LaaaN here, but LaaaN is really not forward any longer. That watchtower is a little bit annoying, but of course BacT just relocated to another wood line, and now he's sending up forward a few Janissaries, and he may go with the ram or mangonel soon to attack LaaaN at home at his base. This one villager is trying to take down the ram. Is actually going to succeed here. BacT is not paying attention because he's moving forward with the siege tower, even better than mangonel or a ram. Forgot about that right now. The siege tower will the Janissary is allowed to go in and do a lot of damage. I think LaaaN didn't see this yet. Now he can see it, obviously, and he even cancel that building. Not sure what that was. Villagers now going to take that second gold here, and the Janissaries will go around to find a pretty open map here, but at least that triangle of TCs is protecting the majority of the villagers. A watchtower coming up in defensive position, actually double watchtower makes a lot of sense. LaaaN, not enough stone for a castle. The watchtower is even better, and I think he should wall this as well, maybe with a house or with a few stone walls. And right now the raiding potential is quite low here, so BacT is actually covering the main goal with Janissaries, but it can't do a lot of damage. Instead, I think BacT might even think about Imperial Age. Not yet, of course, but he stopped Janissary production. He is getting attacked from the left-hand side, so he had to abandon his main gold for now. And he is taking the third gold and LaaaN's third gold. Actually, the TC up in the middle. I like this TC spot, so not going with fast imp. LaaaN now saying crossbowman and Padded Archer armor to upgrade those will be a good addition. University coming up, nice position actually. And those Janissaries will face crossbows now. Crossbows will be good against those Janis. As soon as there's no mangonels around, or ram to attack the wall actually. I think BacT does not know that on the left-hand side this is open. He cannot even see this. He cannot see the second gold here, so he doesn't know that actually another town center coming up. And will have 4 TCs for LaaaN, and with that amount of villagers, 20 villages ahead, he may be able to get enough army out and counter those Janissaries and whatever's coming up soon. Now on the left-hand side, those 2 mangonels went down. I guess BacT sent his own mangonel, or maybe a few Janissaries. I don't know. Don't really care, because he's got another TC up on that small wood line and the gold. Interesting to see that castle is holding his base together, and a few watchtowers actually doing a good job here. So LaaaN can't really do any damage. BacT even got rid of that the tower with the ram. Look at this, attacking diagonally. Now BacT found the a few idle villagers. And who is going to click up to Imperial Age first? BacT is really close. He stopped the transfer production. He's actually going back. He's facing a lot of crossbowmen. I guess he was able to take down the market. Ooh, and that was the shot against the castle that I saw in AOC zone. I didn't click it, but I think LaaaN just lost the castle because that mangonel was actually attacking the crossbows and was hitting that almost 0 HP castle. This is huge. I don't forget it, I will link that that picture, that GIF pic, I think that someone uploaded on AOC zone. This was a huge mangonel shot. It looked like nothing, but LaaaN actually lost the castle here, and that's really bad for him. Now those Transfers and the mangonel going in again, and the siege workshop coming up outside. BacT is almost up to Imperial Age, and LaaaN, you can see, very low on stone. I think he had the stone for a castle, but it did not happen, and like this, LaaaN suddenly is in trouble. Castle would have been good for him. Not sure if that's for me. Someone knocked there, someone, neighbor apartment, I don't know. Don't really care right now. And BacT is still in LaaaN space, so BacT in a very comfortable position. Only 20 villagers behind, that's really not a lot, and he's up to Imperial Age. I guess bombard cannons will come up soon. Oh, I'm not too low now with the volume. LaaaN still going for a crossbowman, soon to be Arbalest. I think Arbalest will be a good option for him, but the bombard cannons will... that's trouble for him. How are you going to do against bombard cannons? I guess Eagle Warriors. BacT in a good position right now. LaaaN doesn't have anything forward any longer except for that outpost, and BacT is controlling a whole lot of that map with a lot of golds here. That's what Turks need. Relic wise, no relics getting picked up at all. And BacT only with one castle. Handcart coming from Arbalest and Chemistry on the way, but 3 bombard cannons already, and that TC is about to go down. LaaaN cannot take his main gold, and it's a big problem for him. And what else? Where is the golds from LaaaN? I guess LaaaN can still not see this extra gold inside his base. He could use it now. Nope, cannot see it. And he is about to finish that second gold here. The third gold is covered by and taken by BacT actually. So LaaaN, what can you do? BacT looking comfortable right now with the same military numbers, and now Arbalest and Rams moving forward. Those Arbalest trying to split, but a big mangonel shot, actually another one coming in, and while LaaaN is able to get those 2 bombard cannons down, he is losing so many Arbalest that this was probably not worth it, and BacT suddenly tripled the military numbers here. LaaaN going back to the main gold only to take another few shots with the mangonel, and BacT in a very comfortable position. Yes, LaaaN needs trash units. That's the probably the most important thing here. Go for elite skirmishers, go for... You don't get the light cav, scout cavalry, hussar, that's the problem, and your equivalent, the Eagle Warrior, is an infantry unit, which is not really good against gunpowder units, and it costs gold. So right now elite skirmishers is the only thing he can do, I guess, and elite skirmishers against bombard cannons, yeah, we know how this is going to end. Now LaaaN even lower on villagers, he's 10 villagers behind, and BacT is moving more and more forward. BacT in a really good position right now. I don't see an easy way for LaaaN to come back, and most of the time I say this, the player who doesn't have an easy way to come back is losing. Not sure. Yeah, there we go. GG actually being called by LaaaN right now. No way to counter this at this point in the game. We're going into a match game for BacT. It's going to be game 4. Mongols War, actually, so good old AOC Civ, and both players probably feeling comfortable with the Mongols, you know how to play this, and I guess it's the easiest to play on Arena because Franks considered not such a strong Civ. Not sure if it's better than Mongols or Vietnamese. And Vietnamese, the new civilization, I guess a lot of players don't really know how to play this. Including me as a streamer, I wouldn't really know what Vietnamese is the go-to unit. How do you counter Mongols? What do you play? How can you go aggressive or defensive? No idea. Let's go for the maps here. BacT with the match game, that means main gold and main stone forward for him, and the second gold as well as the third gold outside. Could be difficult to win this. Where's the second stone? Is that in the back somewhere? Yes, actually that's the only thing in the back, but that's at least something. And BacT only going up to Castle Age now, quite late. He went up to Fuel Age earlier, but 30 population at this point. Wants to go with the castle apparently. A lot of space in the back, a lot of nothing. Extra gold on the left hand side, one relic close to BacT space, a second relic in between the two players, and the rush distance is quite short here. That means we have more relics on the open field. Extra gold at the relic here, another extra stone and extra gold, another relic closer to LaaaN, and this one relic quite close to LaaaN actually. Let's go for his base, see what's all all about. This is not bugged, it's open, good for him, because main stone, second gold and second stone safe in the back. The main gold forward for him and the third gold is inside, actually. Wow, LaaaAN's base is better in my opinion. The question is, can he use it? Can he win the game? He's got a few spearmen out, so build a barracks. Siege workshop is up for him, he's up to castle age, obviously. Not going for any extra TCs now, instead going the rest of the mangonel. But BacT is going with the castle in between his two main resources. And he's going with a few stone walls actually on the left hand side. So he is going for a defensive strategy here and possibly for TCs later on. House coming up in the back here, wheelbarrow on the way. I guess you can't really go for a fast imp, but this is not a fast imp build, and the stone walls coming up behind is probably a good idea. A few mangonite should be on the way very soon. Yeah, doesn't really have to gold at this point, he's going to collect more. And with the mangonite inside the space, he will be able to take down mangonels, so he should be fine. Two mangonels actually attacking. Who's going for the first extra TC? Nobody yet. LaaaAN is going for him another TC now. 100 stone. Did he sell 100 stone? Maybe no. He's got a TC up actually. Now BacT sold some stone. He's got 200 in the bank, and he should be able to get a TC up as well, or maybe just more mangonite and stay on one TC. It's possible, but I don't think it's a very good idea. Back to in loom right now, just in case. And a defensive mangonite is up out of that siege workshop. He is also collecting relics. He's getting one in right now. And LaaaAN is going to try and go in, but he's not going to find an easy entrance, because this is walled on the left hand side, and on the right hand side the castle is actually covering that entrance pretty much entirely. Now the mangonel coming up just in case, and the ram moving forward now. Is BacT actually going to counter attack here with the mangonite? Of course, they can't get dropped by a siege tower, so you need actually to attack the walls actually. Let's check the mangonels. Ooh, one for nothing. Good job here from BacT. He lost a bit of HP, but he can repair the mangonel obviously. And LaaaAN has still only 2 TCs. He's not even realizing that the wall is getting attacked. I guess at least that means mangonite can do a lot of damage. Now he should be able to see this, and I guess yes, the villager coming up behind that, mangonel coming out to attack that ram. So BacT is actually just getting rid of the forward here. A mangonel from back going down, but the villager will die too. So mangonite actually good enough here with Boatkin done. Wheelbarrow coming on, coming up for LaaaAN here, and he should go with 30 TC now, I guess, but it's not happening. He's only got 2 TCs, and BacT only 1 at this point. Yes, staying on 1 TC. He will be able to go for a second castle if he wants to, and he's still collecting the relics. He's now moving forward with the mangonite to find an entrance, but he's not going to find anything pretty much, because LaaaAN's resources are mostly inside his base, or are actually exclusively inside his base, and that means he could go for a boom if he wanted to. Now he's in stone, so he will be able to go up for his own castle very soon. Actually 6 plus 5 villages, 11 villages in stone in total, and he's gonna prepare to Imperial Age, going with the university now to have that second building up. And BacT selling 100 wood. I guess he could go for Imperial Age soon too. He bought a little bit of food, but is, or did he? I'm not sure, but he's still behind in resources. Mangonite are out with the monk here, and the ram is out, but he's not going to be able to go in easily. Not sure what that building was. Did he lose a building here? Going with the castle now between the TC and the main gold. I guess he didn't dare to go too far forward, but LaaaAN is the first to click up to Imperial Age, and BacT with the mangonite out. Of course he's got the military advantage, and he's got the map control. And 2 relics inside. He actually could go for more. Can you see them? BacT can see 2 more relics. He's missing them on the left hand side. BacT also click up to Imp, and that's really important to see. He's got a mangonite out already. This should give him an advantage, because LaaaAN is just going to be behind the mangonite production. And this is huge. The thing is, LaaaAN can go for a second castle very soon. He's got a lot of villages on stone still, and with 2 castles up, I guess he should be able to protect the main gold from trebuchets and from mangonite simultaneously. And LaaaAN going for a Boatkin as well, and he just missed that monk crossing the path of the mangonite, but not in time, and that monk may go down, but the 2 mangonite may pay that with their life. So he actually going back into the base. LaaaAN going with more mangonite. Is he going with bracer? Yes, coming up, and a second castle to protect the back base here, the 2 TCs. Now BacT also going up to Imp. Does he have a second castle? No, not yet. Is he going with the second castle? Yes, come on, next to the first one, close to the main stone as well, and the first trap coming out. I guess LaaaAN should go for trebuchets too, but he needs more mangonite first, and that's a problem for him. He's low on wood right now. Is he going for any trebuchets? Not yet. Needs more mangonite, and is BacT still more than double the military. He's got double the mangonite at least. Bracer on the way for him is done. Petrarcham and chemistry coming in from LaaaAN here, and LaaaAN possibly may lose the castle, going with the stable to get the bloodlines upgrade, and this is very important. Conscription also coming up, Leather Archer armor getting researched, but the first trebuchet hitting the siege workshop at least, and the castles may be next. BacT should be able to see the castle, I guess he can see them. And BacT is still going to be able to produce more Mangudai, or he's got the numbers advantage so he can go faster. Bloodlines is so important in these fights. +2 defense from BacT, +4 attack actually also from LaaaN. So it's got the upgrade advantage. Problem is the numbers. Right now BacT's numbers are too high and he's got a mangonel as well. So LaaaN won't be able to take the fight and his castle will be under attack really soon. There's 3 trebuchets now on the field from BacT, and LaaaN has a lot more villagers, actually 50% more, but he does not have the numbers he needs. Now he should go out and attack here because BacT is still without bloodlines, without +4, without +4 attack. +4 attack coming in now, and the Mangudai are going around, but this castle is under heavy attack, and I think it will go down before LaaaN is going to reach the opposing Mangudai and is going for the fight. Can he take down the mangonel? Big shot here, and now a lot of Mangudai dying on both sides. Probably the trebuchet still attacking, and LaaaN is losing too many of them. BacT without the upgrade advantage, but he's got the numbers, and numbers do matter here. The monk is still not going down. He can heal a little bit. BacT actually taking down all the Mangudai from LaaaN. LaaaN only producing from one castle right now. BacT still has the 2 castles, and I think this looks like BacT is going for another castle forward. Let's check where he's putting that castle. He's going far in. He's going to cover the main gold, so LaaaN is actually in trouble for gold. He will be in trouble for gold soon. This castle should go up, and 3 trebuchets behind that are going to attack LaaaN's castle here. BacT showing that with the faster aim and the more Mangudai on the field, you can actually win this despite the upgrades that he's missing. And LaaaN is not even going to be able to repair this castle because he's not got the villagers there. Now he's got no castles remaining. Oh, he's got 1 actually. Where's that castle in the back to get trebuchets out? But look at the military difference. BacT with 24, he just got the numbers. Elite skirmishers now coming, and that's too late in my opinion. Maybe he should have switched early on and secured his castles with trebuchets, but it's not happening. BacT now can go in, and if he can find the gold, wow, this is going to be huge. 86 villagers right now, but there's no way for his villagers to escape really, and I think BacT should send all the Mangudai, which he didn't, so a few of those villagers will actually survive, not too many of them. Elite Mangudai on the way from BacT, still missing the bloodlines upgrade, which is a little bit disappointing for me, but so be it, and he still got the numbers advantage. Now elite skirmishers on the field, they could do a little bit of damage, but you need a few more. LaaaN is still creating, needs more archer rangers, more of them coming up actually, and BacT still got those trebuchets on the field, so he can attack a lot of buildings here. He can probably see the castle, or can't he? Should be able to see the castle, but moving forward is not easy against the 3 trebuchets. The problem is there's Mangudai hitting those traps. Look at this, how fast those traps are going down. BacT is sacrificing a few of those elite Mangudai to just take down the trebuchets. Probably worth it. And LaaaN is in trouble. He doesn't want to give up here at this point in the game because he will be out of the tournament. No, he will go to the losers bracket actually. That's not true, being out of the tournament not any longer. Handcard coming in now, but he needs more units and he doesn't have them. 6 military units remaining. That's 2 trebuchets and a few single elite skirmishers. There's just too many elite Mangudai. BacT going without bloodlines all game long. Disappointing to see, but it's going to be enough for him. Archer and stable now coming up to get path and tactics and bloodlines most likely. LaaaN going with more elite skirmishers, but his eco is in danger of going down. It's almost the same villager number. It's not so much difference any longer. And elite Mangudai against not Mangudai at all is going to be terrible here. Trebuchets now coming up to start an attack. Only going for archer ranges, not going for the castle. I guess it makes sense. Now bloodlines and path and tactics as expected coming up, and once those upgrades are done, the elite skirmishes won't look too good. Right now they are okay-ish, I guess. Bloodlines is done, 80 HP, and waiting for the +4 to come in. +4 is done, and that means now the elite Mangudai are a big threat to pretty much every unit on the field. So the elite skirmishers trying to hunt them down, but it's not going to happen. Elite skirmishers will die here, and BacT is still 22 against 8 military units. LaaaN fighting for his life here, going with more archer ranges. Thumbering also coming up, and BacT looking good, taking the main goal from LaaaN. LaaaN has a lot of resources actually, but can't really produce too much, and BacT is low, but he's invested a lot into these elite Mangudai, and he's now able to raid the wood lines. Look at this, and LaaaN calling GG here because BacT's attack just too strong. Hope you enjoyed the series. LaaaN putting up a good fight, but BacT in the end showing that he's the better player also on Arena. And see ya in the next games then. Tschüss. GG.